You know, we shouldn't be surprised to be seeing these little movements. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oscar. You know, we got all that extra support yesterday with Ian Shuffle, Searchable, you know, Cosmo Neos lock now being a actually viable strategy. I mean, it's just a commitment of a Neos plus 4 or 3 Neospatial monsters, 4 monsters overall in order to make this. But I will say getting a turn skip for, you know, the nice little, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects, for the rest of this turn, it's a fun little soft lock. Yeah, your opponent's not playing the game. But, you know, how is this card performing, you know? Granted, it has a single printing as a, what was this, a super rare out of a long forgotten set. You can tell just in your last day or so how many people were excited to pick this up. Once again, you're going to have people that are going to go, ooh, cheap card. You know, this is an interesting little gimmick. Let's go ahead and pick these up. And, you know, you get slotted in and you see this. There should be no surprise to anybody on the long-term side of the penny stocks. Now, this one is interesting to me because this is Darkness Destroyer. So this thing cannot be special summoned. This card can attack twice during each battle phase. And during the battle of this attacking card in a defense position monster's defense is lower than its attack of this card, you get to do piercing damage to your opponent. Why is the Tag Force promotional version of this in such low listing? Well, first of all, Game It Again has 194 copies of this at $4.50 a piece. I don't know if they bought them all out or they've just opened up games. But I mean, these aren't selling at a very, very large rate. This is just an abnormality within the market that just does not have very many listings of the card. And I mean, let's be realistic here. Who's ever heard of Darkness Destroyer? This card does have another print down here in the secret rare department from Legendary Collection 2. Now, does this card have better sales? I mean, figuratively, yes. And much cheaper sales at it than, you know, its GX6 counterpart, which is actually not too bad. So this is just one of those, why is this happening? Well, it's an oddity, for sure. I want to talk about this because I think that this is a pretty important topic of discussion right now. So right now, your lowest version of the GX decks coming out are $33.87 a piece. One of the biggest complaints that I read from, you know, posts from people over the last week was, why do I want to spend $40 a piece for these on TCG Player when I would rather just buy singles? First of all, that would have held true if they were still $40 a piece. I've been paying attention to these for the last couple of days. They've been rewinding and they've been falling down. Now, if you're sitting here, you're like, well, $33 is a lot. Shipping is still cheaper and it's included within the item. So if you're somebody that doesn't have locals or your locals isn't gonna, you know, is gonna charge you too much, boom, you can get them on TCG Play. You can get a whole place of these for basically $100 plus tax on top. If you're 7% like my state, you're looking at $107 for 3 of these. It is not the worst. You get a playset of all the Mall Charmies to play the game. You get the Black Rose Dragon deck. You get, you know, Black Wings. And you get basically 3 of everything for the new Yusei Fudo structure deck, plus Ash Blossoms, Droplets, all of that. If you are a new player or a mid-player wanting more staples period, you need to take this product seriously, man. All right, we've gotten down to the price point here. And I mean, once again, if you can get them for $30 MSRP at your locals, or you can get them elsewhere, consider it. All right, just don't point at this product and go, it's a dog shit product, because that is literally the exact opposite of what is going on with this set. All right, it is amazing to me how much people are willing to point the finger and say that this is a trash product when it is absolutely the furthest thing from it. I'm amazed. I mean, if you're worried about, look at your sales, man. Last day or so, these things, 33.87 seems to be about the sweet spot. So, interesting. How is OTS Pack 29 holding up? Well, Joe Cool is still consistently a $46 to $49 card, actually. That's not too bad, actually. I kind of appreciate that. Ketu Draco Tail. Holy crap, man. This card blew up. 55 with a market price at $58. Actually, he's like 62. This is on buyout status right now. So evidently, I mean, this makes sense, right? You've got enough people out here that are excited, wanting to play any of the particulars with Draco Tail right now. I mean, Draco Tail has proven itself to be one of the better decks. I mean, look at that. And then, of course, poor Cupsy Yummy Way coming in about the $20 to $22 mark. It's a one-of, man. What did you expect for one-ofs? Mitsurugi Prayers? Why does Prayers jump from $3 to $15? Why do we have sales at $18 for this? I love the 420.69 here with the $1.25 shipping. They obviously realize that they're not going to get this, but it appears that within OTS, Mitsurugi Prayers is on buyout status for the Super. That's crazy. Saji's about $2. Looks like Mistaken Arrest are also on buyout status right now. Well, I mean, I guess this makes sense, right? Mistaken Arrest has been one of those cards that we have to continuously keep dumping back into circulation because it constantly just keeps getting wiped out off of the face of the building. That's disgusting. So we have 2 buyouts in the super rare department? Miracle Raven, sub $1. Frogdoll, sub $1, which is not bad. Moon Mirror Shield, 70 cents. Plant Token, or Photon Token, 50 cents. Honestly, probably a good card to dump into this set. The Monarch's Master Plan Super Rare is also on buyout status and 9 listings. That's 3 cards. 4 cards now in this OTS pack that are bought out. Super King Purple Armageddon, 13 listings. What? Super Doom King Dark Armageddon, 17 listings. Sales bands, 13 listings. Well, shit. Bright Armageddon, 14 listings. Goki the Great Jet Ogre. Okay, well, this is emergency teleports are 30 cents. You see, I can't even see the, like, Mystical Space Typhoon is 20 cents. See, the interesting thing to me is, like, when you look at these quantities, I mean, a lot of these have 30, 40 quantities. But you look at a lot of these, you know, in between, and they've got not a lot of listings. It looks like this OTS pack is really being destroyed off of the market. That's something very interesting to kind of keep a long-term eye on. I wanted to also talk about Magia here for a sec. You know, it's been a hot second since I've had the opportunity to dive in and look at this guy because, you know, we got the reprint for it. You know, we've had enough time to kind of settle through the market. You know, how is our friend doing? Well, it looks like you get a light play here. I see the top there. I don't even know if I can see that light play. You can get one for 500 now. Light play, you know, continues up to 633 where you hit the near mints. At that point, I mean, these consistently look like they turn over at a pretty decent price point. So, interesting to see, you know, the long-term impact on how this guy has been doing. And then, the Dark Magician Girl, oh man, $148 now for light play. And then you escalate on up to the 150, and then you hit about, you still continue up to 160. Near mints are about 169, so giggity. Not too bad for your market. I know there's not a lot to talk about here, but I mean, like, you have a YCS coming up this weekend. You know, seeing that the OTS pack is literally being destroyed for that is not surprising. So please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.